There are 8 major planets in our solar system, so let's take a look at what makes each one unique compared to the rest. First stop, Mercury, the speedy rock closest to the Sun. It is the smallest planet in the solar system, but what makes it stand out is its oversized iron core, which extends to about 85% of its radius and makes up more than half of its total volume. That is far larger proportionally than any other rocky world. The core powers a magnetic field, weak compared to Earth's, but still strong enough to funnel hot solar wind plasma toward the surface. And here's the twist. Despite daytime highs of around 430 degrees Celsius, or 800 degrees Fahrenheit, craters at its north pole manage to hide water ice in permanent shadow. Scientists think some of this ice could be hundreds of millions to billions of years old, though its exact age remains uncertain. Even the Sun appears strange here. From some locations on Mercury's surface, the Sun can appear to rise, reverse, set, and rise again in a single day, thanks to its slow rotation speed and quick orbit around the Sun. Mercury also faces the largest temperature fluctuations of all the planets. Without a substantial atmosphere to retain heat, nighttime temperatures can dip around minus 180 degrees Celsius, or minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit. But once the Sun hits, the surface temperature jumps dramatically. Next, Venus, our so-called twin, but really a nightmare in disguise. It is similar in size and mass to Earth, but it spins backward compared to most planets, with a retrograde rotation. Venus spins so slowly that one Venetian day lasts 243 Earth days, which is longer than its year. Its crushing atmosphere presses 92 times harder than Earth's, like standing nearly a kilometer underwater, and its clouds are laced with sulfuric acid that falls as rain. Although the acid rain evaporates before hitting the ground, the surface still bakes around 465 degrees Celsius, or 870 degrees Fahrenheit, because its thick atmosphere traps heat in a runaway greenhouse effect, making Venus the hottest planet in the solar system. Scattered across the planet are giant circular features called coronae, scars of ancient volcanic upwellings, unlike any other planet currently. Then there is Earth, our home, and the only planet with active plate tectonics. Massive slabs of crust grind, recycle, and reshape the surface, driving earthquakes, building mountains, and driving the carbon cycle that stabilizes the climate. Beneath us, a molten iron core churns, generating the magnetic field that shields us from solar radiation and paints auroras across the poles. With 71% of the surface covered in water and the highest density of any planet, Earth's balance of gravity, chemistry, and climate has created the only cradle for life so far. Mars may look like an empty, dusty desert, but it is home to Olympus Mons, the tallest volcano in the solar system, nearly 3 times the height of Everest. Its gentle lava flows built it up without collapse, with the help of the lower gravity on Mars. Stretching across the planet is Valles Marineris, a canyon system more than 4,000 kilometers, or 2,485 miles long, and up to 7 kilometers, or 4.3 miles deep, dwarfing the Grand Canyon. Billions of years ago, Mars also had rivers and lakes, but with the loss of its magnetic field over time, it lost its protective atmosphere, allowing most of that water to escape into space. Today, its thin atmosphere fuels global dust storms that can shroud the planet for months, with winds strong enough to lift fine particles into the sky and reshape the climate in real time. Now to Jupiter, the king of the planets. It radiates more heat than it receives from the Sun, much of it left over from its birth, and from slow gravitational contraction. Jupiter is also home to the Great Red Spot, a storm larger than Earth that has raged for centuries, although it has been shrinking in recent decades. Jupiter's magnetic field is the strongest of all planets, 20,000 times Earth's, trapping radiation in belts that would fry spacecraft. Its auroras blaze constantly, brighter than ours. And here's a wild thought. If Jupiter had been about 80 times more massive, nuclear fusion would have ignited, and it would have become a star. Saturn's rings steal the spotlight. Vast and shimmering, yet razor thin, only about 10 to 30 meters thick in most places, while the main rings span over 282,000 kilometers, or 175,000 miles across. The planet itself has such a low density, it would float in water if you could find an ocean big enough to hold a gas giant. At its north pole spins a bizarre hexagonal jet stream, a six-sided storm system roughly 30,000 kilometers, or 18,640 miles wide, that defies easy explanation. And then there is Titan, Saturn's largest moon, with methane lakes and a nitrogen-rich atmosphere thicker than Earth's, the only other world with stable surface liquids. Uranus is the oddball, tipped on its side at a 98-degree angle, likely from a colossal ancient impact. That tilt gives it extreme seasons, lasting 21 years each, with one pole in constant sunlight, while the other freezes in darkness. It is also the coldest planetary atmosphere, dipping to minus 224 degrees Celsius, or minus 371 degrees Fahrenheit. Unlike its giant siblings, Uranus emits very little internal heat in comparison. Its magnetic field is tilted 60 degrees from its rotation axis, wobbling unpredictably and creating lopsided auroras. Finally, Neptune, the most distant planet. Its winds are the fastest in the solar system, blasting over 2,000 kilometers per hour, or 1,243 miles per hour. Its great dark spot, a storm like Jupiter's, but more fleeting, appears and disappears over time. Neptune's largest moon, Triton, orbits backward, showing that it's likely a captured Kuiper Belt object. Triton also erupts with nitrogen geysers that shoot nearly 8 kilometers, or 5 miles high, the only known cryovolcanism of its kind. Neptune takes 165 Earth years to orbit the Sun, so it has only just completed one lap since its discovery in 1846. Each time I research the planets, I'm reminded how incredible it is for us to exist at all, and how fortunate we are to be tucked away on our own tiny, protected world, considering the other planets would all be completely devastating to life as we know it. Just like us down here on Earth, each planet is unique and interesting in its own way. I would love to hear which planet is your favorite, so be sure to let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like to show your support, and share it with other curious minds. If you would like to learn more about the vast cosmos, feel free to subscribe and hit the bell icon for a new video every week. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and be well.